about what is happening right now in the year 2016. We have the democratization of technology. We have supercomputers in our pockets. This is technology that all of us have in this room that only big governments or big business had access to a couple decades ago. That's significant.
What I tried to articulate in my discussion was the fact that we're entering a point of human history where problem solving is being democratized down to the entrepreneur and the individual. We have supercomputers we're walking around with in our pockets that is the same technology, superior actually, than what the government or big business had just a decade or two ago. And on top of that, we're all getting connected. We have 3 billion people on the planet today that are connected to the internet. Within the next 5 to 10 years, we'll reach 100% of the people on the planet connected to the internet. You've got Astro Teller working on the Google Loon project. You've got Elon Musk working with the satellite initiative he just announced. You have Richard Branson with the work he's doing. You have Mark Zuckerberg and Internet.org with the Facebook drone. There are multiple attempts right now, all of which will probably be successful. When you have a whole planet connected on the internet, we're in a different world. And we're in a world where the democratization of problem solving now allows collectively the we of the world to actually solve our problems. What XPrize does is we figure out how to gamify that innovation, how to dress it up as a competition and incentivize that 7 billion people connected with that super tech to actually work together in teams to solve the grand challenges that you saw the UN talking about. So it's a real opportunity. Not everything's prizable. So out of the 17 goals for the UN, for example, what XPrize does is we have an XPrize Institute where we actually research to see where's there a grand challenge that has to be solved. We use the UN goals as the guide for that. Very similar, we're wired very similar in terms of the same focus as the UN. What we do with this is we say, okay, first question, is the organic nature of problem solving going to solve for this anyways? Meaning, is government going to solve for these 17 challenges? Is big business and industry going to solve for these 17 challenges? Are other nonprofits going to do it? If that's the case, XPrize doesn't get involved. We're only looking for the gap. We're looking for the gap that says government is incapable, it's too linear to solve this. Big business doesn't have a profit motive to solve this on the timeline that the world needs it solved. So there is a gap. It's not going to get solved. So what XPrize says is that's where we want to play, because who we're going to get to solve it is we're just going to create the instrument that gets the world to solve it. That's our hope, is to get the world to solve something.
What else would you want to do with your life? If there's a way to solve big problems in the world, and we finally have the opportunity to get the world to solve our own problems collectively, because we're all connected and we're all walking around with really democratized technology. We have artificial intelligence that we can all use. We have 3D printers that we can all use. We have biotechnology, CRISPR-Cas9, the blockchain. There's tremendous innovation going on, and the most unique thing about it is all of us have access to that innovation, and we can use it to change the world.
In the next few years, we have some really significant things that XPrize is working on. We should see some significant breakthroughs that result from this model, and I think it'll become the new normal. I think, as the tension goes up and people feel like these problems are getting bigger, more people will be, you'll be a Google engineer by day, but on nights and weekends, you're going to compete on the XPrize. And the world will have a lot of people that will put in their excess capacity, their nights and weekends, to actually solve these problems. And the instrument we use will be able to do that, and the legacy will be such that when everything else didn't work, all the governing bodies and models, and they do work sometimes, but in some cases they don't, but when they don't work, the hope is that we can collaborate with all the technology that's out there and solve these problems.